Attention Power Ranger fans, do you already have these Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Legacy figures? And are you annoyed that Bandai has re-released the exact same figures but with a metallic paint job and their signature weapons? If the answer is yes, I encourage you to continue watching this video because I'm going to explain to you how I managed to fix my Legacy Mighty Morphin Power Ranger figures. Now, I'm not going to bother go over the articulation with these figures because if you have any of these Rangers and any of the other Legacy Rangers, you already know how the male figures move and how the female figures move. So I'm not going to bother go over the articulation. Now, in terms of these figures, they look absolutely amazing. But when they first came out, a lot of people had issues with the following. One, obviously they didn't come with their signature weapons. And two, the belts on blue, pink, yellow and black were messed up. Now, rather than moaning and complaining about it, I actually went ahead and fixed the issues myself by doing the following. First of all, the weapons problem. All I did was I bought the Imaginext figures and I took the weapons from them and gave it to these ones. Now, for some of them I had to do a little bit of modifications and others I just left the same. So first of all, I'm going to start with Black Ranger and his power axe. Now, the axe on this figure looks absolutely amazing. It just looks like it was meant to belong to this figure rather than the Imaginext figure. All I did was just added a few more details in it. It already had the yellow stripe there, but I just added more detail by just painting over the edge of the blade where the power coin's meant to be and at the end there. Trini, the Yellow Ranger. A lot of people would think and say that her power daggers are a little bit too big, but I actually personally like them because it looks like she can do a lot more damage with these power daggers rather than if I was to shorten the blade. But if you want to shorten the blade, you can just like somehow just cut the blades shorter and then add your own paint job to them. But I decided to just leave the blades as they are because I think it looks really cool and looks more dagger-like. I'm going to get Trini to stand. Oops, Trini's going to fall over. Easy. Easy. Yep, that'll do. Now, Jason, the Red Ranger, he was pretty much the only figure that was perfect, but he was just missing his signature weapon. But all I did with his power sword, I put a candle in a jar and I just held the sword over the flame and then I gently extended the blade by gently pulling it until it extended, and that's what I really did. And then I just added paint detail. It's a little bit curved there, but I can just easily straighten that out with heat. You can also use a heat gun if you have a heat gun. Just blow it over the blade and then just extend it. Now with Kimberly's power bow, I had to get a little bit creative here. So all I did was I cut the string out and the arrow out, and then using the same method with the power sword, I just heat forged the bow. So I pulled it out so it's a little bit longer, and I also molded the middle of the bow so that Kimberly can just about get a hand around it. And for the string and the arrow, all I did was I super glued the pieces together, and now she has an arrow to fire with her bow. Now, the Imaginext weapons are originally meant to combine. You can actually combine the Imaginext weapons, but the way I adjusted the pink power bow, the other weapons can't combine. So all I did is I bought another power bow so that if I want to display all the Rangers with the power blaster, I can just connect all the weapons and then hey presto. So I'll leave that there. Before, after. Now with Billy's power lance, the exact same thing. I added all the paint details on the lance, and then all I did was super glue the middle of the power lance together. But then obviously in the show, Billy can also fight with the Power Lance separately. So here I have two Power Lances separately. So if I want to have Billy display Billy with the two separate Power Lances together, either together or separately, I can do so. And another accessory that the Rangers came with was the Blade Blaster. So I did this with all the other Blade Blasters. So all I really did was I just added a little bit of paint on the silver, just a bit of silver there, and a little bit of black there on the handle, just to give all the Power Blasters a little bit more character. So if I can just put that in. So yeah, you can actually see the other the Blade Blasters at the sides. So that's the weapons issue fixed. Now the other issue I mentioned was the belts. Now other than Red Ranger's belt is perfect. White belt, black bolts in the Morpher. Now blue, pink and black, when they came out, their belts were silver and the black bolts were missing. Now that was apparently a factory error. I'm not sure whether anyone got fired over it, but oh well. So all I did was I took white acrylic paint and then I painted the belt myself, and then I added the black bolts. So here's with Billy. Don't know if you can see the black bolts. Maybe it'll focus better if it was afar, but did that with Billy, Kimberly, and Zach. Now Trini's belt was fine. They actually managed to fix the white belts, but not the black bolts. So all I did with Trini was I just added the black bolts in her Morpher. So now all of them are in uniform with the Red Ranger now, so they're pretty much all the same. So that's how I managed to fix the Rangers. Now, you'll also remember that these Rangers actually came with the Builder figure piece to form their Megazord. So I didn't just stop my customization there. I actually extended it to the Megazord. And here it is. Now, right off the bat, you can probably see that the Megazord is just a much more better, so much better than just getting the bland yellow leg, bland blue leg, and lack of paint application. So here's a saber-tooth tiger. All I did was just use acrylic paint, and some bits I used Gundam markers, but that's saber-tooth tiger leg. Triceratops leg. Now the front of the arms, there wasn't any yellow on the inside of these arms, but I've added that. And also from the back. So it's not 100% perfect, but for what it's worth, it will do for now. And I also added red around this area as well. Just the back of the Megazord's legs as well. So all in all, there you go. So that's how I managed to fix my legacy figures. Now, if you still want to buy the new metallic shiny Power Ranger figures, feel free to do so. But I personally cannot be bothered to spend £19.99 or £20 to buy the exact same figure just to get the weapons. I personally don't think it's worth it, but some fans, you might want to go out and buy it, so that's completely up to you. It's perfectly fine. The metallic Ranger figures look good, but I personally just thought I'll get a little bit creative and just basically revamp the ones that I got. Now, I've collected other legacy figures, although I'm missing green Mighty Morphin and white Mighty Morphin, and there's a tragic story behind the white Mighty Morphin one. I got the Blue Ranger from Toys R Us, And then later on I went to Forbidden Planet because I wanted to get a Power Rangers graphic novel. And then I saw that they had the Legacy, the Wave 3 figures there. So I thought, okay, I know exactly where to get them now. I don't have to go on eBay to get these figures. I know exactly where I'm going to get the Wave 3 figures. But then a few weeks later I went back and they actually sold out. And I tried getting them all again at Comic-Con, but they ran out. So now I'm at the mercy of eBay. But lesson learned. Anyway, I'm probably going to wrap up this video. So hopefully I gave you a few inspirational tips and advice how you can actually get your Mighty Morphin Legacy Rangers revamped and fixed up, rather than spending about £100 collecting all of these figures again. But yeah, hope you liked this video. Leave a like, leave a comment, and yeah, that's all. May the power protect you.